Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to 2025. This is for January 2nd. And obviously, I am filming this before. I'm actually filming this New Year's Eve. But I want to talk to you. There is no reason in 2025 not to work, with a few exceptions. Those exceptions being states where 1099 companies do not contract in. Listen, too many times on these Facebook groups, these work from home Facebook groups that I'm in, I hear, I need to pick up my kids. I have elder care. I can't afford daycare. I've got doctor's appointments. This is where a 1099 company is ideal. Outside of training, which, yes, training most times is not paid. You may get a certification bonus, which is why I say most times is not paid. All the time it's not paid, but you may be reimbursed with a training or certification bonus. Now, with that being said, if you know you need that flexible schedule and you work in a state where 1099 companies contract in, there is no reason, none, not to sign up for 1099 unless you really need those benefits. Because 1099 does not offer benefits and they don't take taxes out. And I think that scares a lot of people off. But as somebody who has done 1099 for years, it's nothing to be scary about. Use TurboTax to do your taxes and it'll all just set up right then and there. It really will. Because TurboTax can handle self-employed 1099 contractor stuff just fine. It's what I use every year. And it'll go through deductions that you can have, and office space deductions, and phone deductions, and internet deductions, and utility deductions, and it'll just ask you all those questions. So, let's talk a little bit about some of these 1099 companies. So, we have ones like LiveOps, which is a 1099 platform with many clients. We have Omni Interactions, which is a 1099 platform with many clients. We have NextRep, which is a 1099 platform with many clients. And then we have some companies that are 1099, but they are just one client. It's just the one client that they do. And that might be your political marketing surveys. Some of them are 1099, some are W-2. I think Direct Interactions has a couple. I wouldn't call them a platform, but I would say they have a couple of different clients. When I say platform, I'm talking like half a dozen or more clients to choose from. Working Solutions is another one. I get asked about Arise, and I'll tell you why I don't talk about Arise too much on this channel. Arise charges you fees to use their platform. And normally I'm like, well, a little fee here and there ain't bad. It does add up. But their fees are kind of high. Okay? High. And sorry about my messy hair and everything. I just jumped out of the shower and I was just like, I gotta do a video. So I don't recommend Arise. However, I know some people are successful and enjoy the clients. So that's kind of a give and take. Gig Market CX is another one that charges $3 an hour of every hour you work. So you make about $15, $16 an hour take home. Shift Off is a platform. It's a mini platform. It has several clients. They don't charge you. They have no fees. But let's talk about some of the fees that are accrued with 1099. So everybody pays a background check. Now, most background checks are going to cost you about $25. I think Omni Interactions is the only one that charges $40. You are not paying the company these background checks. You are paying the third party person who's doing the actual background check. Sterling, Yardstick, etc., etc., etc. You're paying them directly for your own background check. So I get asked, well, Becky, I used Yardstick in another company. Can't I just use that background check for the new company? No, you cannot, because they don't have access to that information. So You do have to have a new background check for each 1099 company. And people ask me, well, Becky, I don't know the first thing about getting clients, about this and about that. So the first thing we do, we always do that reverse budget. I need you to figure out, pen and paper, how much you need to bring home every month. Okay? And then you divide that by 4 weeks, and then divide that by how many hours you're going to be working. Now, most of these 1099 companies, if they pay by the hour, it's between $13 and $15, sometimes 16 or more if it's with shift off. Some are by talk time, like Live Ops. That is a talk time company, but they have a ton of hours and people are making buku money over there, okay? It depends on the client. It depends on the client. I know a couple of reps over there on Live Ops that are pulling $1,300 every 2 weeks. They work a lot and their client needs a lot, so it really depends on the client and what you got. Now, the good thing outside of certification, and there's two different kinds of certifications going on. So, like for Next Rep, which I'm going to be doing the 6th through the 10th of January, it's all day, but it's only 1 week. Now, some places like Omni Interactions and Live Ops, they have very short certification hours. So you might be in there 3 to 4 hours, but over time it's more days of certification. So it adds up to the same amount of hours pretty much. It's just, do you want to do an all day for a short amount of time or do a short amount of time for a longer number of days? And like I said, it is not paid. Certification is not paid. And people have a hard time because they're like, Becky, I don't want to work for free. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. This is a trade-off. So if you don't want to work for free, get with a company and a client that pays a bonus. So what the bonus does is you make it through that unpaid training and then you do your supported training for a week, 10 days, and then you get that bonus. And that's usually $200 to $500. I've seen one or two do as high as $500. And that kind of reimburses you for the time you trained. Now, do all of them offer that? Do all companies or all clients? No. So you've got to go in there and kind of look. Once you're on the platform, you can see the different clients. They pay this, bonus this. This is the minimum amount of hours you need to work. This is the pay scale. So let's talk pay. So Shift Off pays every week. They don't hold back a week. And that is a definite bonus with them. I know a lot of people really like them. It is all self-paced training with Shift Off, so there is no class other than a navigation session. And the navigation session is you're literally navigating the systems. And then you just get into production and go. So places like Live Ops, they pay semi-monthly, which means they pay around the 1st, 2nd, and then the 15th, 16th of every month. Next Rep pays every 2 weeks. Omni Interactions pays weekly, but they hold back the first week. So it's the first week and then it's every week after that. As far as Direct Interactions, I believe they pay on the 7th and the 22nd. Let me see, who else? There's always like Verifast and other companies like that, but I haven't been with Verifast, so I don't know about their pay. And I've not been with Arise, so I don't know about their pay. And I'm not sure about Working Solutions. Again, network with each other. So a little bit more about that, and people are kind of like, well, Becky, I need some money now and I need some money, big money later. The good thing about 1099 is you can contract with more than one company and more than one client at the same time. You just can't do training at the same time. So if you need the money now and say you get with Shift Off, and then Shift Off, you only have to be active once every 2-3 weeks to keep the contract. You would stay active with them, get a couple checks under your belt, and then do another client or another company with another client. So you might do shift off, then live ops, or shift off, then next rep, and do a longer certification and work around certification hours. Keep that money coming. Now, you don't want to over diversify, which is what I did in 2024. Let me tell you, I spread myself a little thin. So 2025 is about reeling it in and just doing what works. But having a couple sources of income, so from the budget video, I've got my Social Security, I've got NextRep, TELUS, and Prolific. And those are the only 4 sources of income that I need, because everything else, it just pays out. And it allows me, because I'm like one of those people who need that schedule flexibility. I have a lot of doctor's appointments and a lot of regular PCP, primary care physicians, and then a lot of specialists. And then, of course, picking up medicine from the pharmacy, doing blood work, doing this, doing that. And it takes up quite a bit of my day. So I'm, yeah, takes up quite a bit of my day. I wish it didn't, and I'm hopefully things can improve as time goes on. But that's just kind of where I'm sitting with it right now, and have been for the past year. So, again, that's kind of veering off the topic. I just want you really to consider 1099 for job opportunities. There's no reason for you to sit unless you're in a state like New York or Illinois or New Jersey or whatever that has hard contracting laws about independent contracting. Even if you just do it while you're looking for something else, just do it. Put some money. $15 an hour is better than zero. So that's my little rant. Thank you so much. My name is Becky, and you have a good day.